So I just got done with another LGG series, a 65-inch in St. Louis Park. I do a lot of those. They're a tricky thing to get on. They're relatively tricky to mount because the bracket is only, it's slim and not very wide. And so the combo makes for a situation where the studs don't align. And so you can usually hit one stud on one side and then you use heavy duty snap toggles on the other. And so, like when you see snap toggles at like Home Depot or Menards, they'll be rated for like 120 pounds a piece. And those are just perfectly fine, but I use industrial strength ones that are rated for 230 pounds a piece. And so they work perfectly for that TV. And so that's a little tip for you. If you're pretty close to being able to do it yourself, but you're not quite sure because of the stud situation, snap toggles. That's your deal. The Toggler brand is generally regarded as the best brand. That's what I use. And basically anybody who would hang heavy things would use those. The first time I used them, actually, the precise ones that I use, was at a Sprint store. The national chain had hired me to assist their guy that just goes around the country and sets up new Sprint stores. And so you know how when you walk into a Sprint store, there's the backsplash, against the far back wall, that's neon and says Sprint. We were hanging one of those, but this particular one was all steel. And so, each panel weighed like, I'd say it's over 200 pounds, less than 300 pounds. So somewhere in that ballpark, each panel. And of course, to center this whole, like 8 panels or whatever, the studs aren't going to be where the pre-drilled holes are. And so we just used snap toggles the whole time. He had hundreds of them, boxes of 100, boxes of 100. And so as a parting gift, he just gave me whatever was left in the box, like 70 of them were left. And so I've been hooked on those ever since. They're a lifesaver for hanging mirrors, when you want the mirror exactly centered in your space, but the stud doesn't happen to be where you'd like it to be. Snap toggle. So I guess it's a little lesson on snap toggles. This is like a DIY lesson. Instead of me pitching, hey, hire me to mount your TV, I'm like, here's the secrets of how to get it done. But they are fantastic. But the lady today with the LGG series, just a fantastic. So is her daughter. They're just like a fun, jovial experience there. And I brought my guy Grantham. He was a superstar quarterback at Eden Prairie in high school. You could look him up, Grantham Gillard. Led him to state 4 years in football, then he dominated basketball. I always joke, I only hire state champions because of the hand-eye coordination and helping me along on jobs. My service techs are awesome. It's taken a while to get to that position. You kind of kiss a lot of frogs, so to speak. Especially in the handyman world. Handyman traditionally is kind of like, I don't know, they're still in this phase of life where they're kind of, not mine, but I've gone through some where they're still kind of screwing around, or they'll maybe have too many drinks on a Wednesday at bowling league and then not show up to a job on Thursday morning, that type of thing. But I've just found my tribe now, and I've got such a nice, my guys are amazing. They're super cordial, super personable, like people that you enjoy having in your home for the time that they're doing service. So that's how, I feel so blessed. And then in turn, my clients are amazing, and so it's just perfect. What your goal is in business, and especially in life, is to attract people that are just good people, you know, for my service technicians, for my friends, for my clients. It's just nice to just keep good people. I mean, it just makes life a lot nicer. So every day I'm just going to people's homes that are just really nice and welcoming. Hey, would you like some water? Would you like a coffee? Or, you know, it's really welcoming. And so you feel good in their home and you just chat with them, and it's so nice, like the lady in St. Louis Park. Just great to be around. So it was really nice, really good start to the day. And so this is what I do. I kind of go on a walk in between jobs if I have a little time. I'll go for a half hour, sometimes hour walk, and just kind of get my steps in, you know, trying to keep old age at bay. You know, it's nice. It just makes the day nice. Part of my thing is, wherever the last job of the day is, I will find a nice trail so that I can go for a run afterward. And so I'm able to, you know, throughout the spring, summer, and fall, I'm able to go to like nearly 100% of all the trails in the Twin Cities area, which is just phenomenal. And so, you know, every week I'm seeing, you know, a trail I hadn't been on for a year. Like this one I hadn't been on for a year. This is my first time this year, and we used to live just down, so I used to walk this trail all the time, but I haven't recently. And so this is nice to be back here. She just happened to live just down, and I knew that this was going to be my trail today. And my next client his name's Jake. Awesome guy. I was there the other day to unmount the TVs from his previous place. And then just awaiting on the movers to get the TV over to the new place, and then I'll pop over there in Wayzata. You know, the reason I'm doing more of these sort of, I don't know, vlog style, there's not much to say about the TV mounting, but people have remarked that when they see my videos online, or even images or whatever I write, or my installation posts, they hire me because they already feel like they know me. You know, building rapport with somebody before you even arrive is a valuable thing, because, you know, you're welcoming somebody into your home, and so you want to have somebody who you feel, I kind of like that guy, you know. And so I thought, well, I've been hearing it a lot lately, and so I thought, well, I'll just do little recap videos, and people can click on them, watch 10 seconds, whatever. And some of you, maybe you might be binge watching my videos, I don't know. Probably not. There's not a lot of excitement. I almost never film during a job, just because, yeah, you just feel like you don't want to be doing video production in a client's home. That's a little imposing, you know. Like, obviously I would ask, and they'd say yes, but I wouldn't want a reluctant yes, like, I guess so. And so I generally don't do that. A lot of people I know in the TV mounting world around the country, they do it, and clients are fine with it. I just haven't really, I don't know, it hasn't really been my thing. But on that note, I'm just gonna keep walking around. I got this handy little camera. I don't know what the quality is like. This is the first time I've used it. What I did is, there is one from a company called DJI. That's the real good model, but it's $700. So I was like, oh, I don't feel like spending that much money on that. And so I looked on Temu, and they had the knockoff version for 70 bucks. And I thought, well, I'll buy the knockoff version, see how good it is. I can already tell it's not great with the contrast ratio, but for vlog style videos, you know, I don't need to pay $630 more. But I just thought, that's a little tip for you though, a little hack. Anything that you see that's expensive, go on Temu and then buy the cheap version, and then see if you'll even see how much you use it. And then if you realize like, oh, I use this thing a lot, then maybe make the decision to buy the more expensive one. And then hand this down to one of your kids or something like that. That's what I intend to do. But I think this is just going to be, I don't think I'm going to upgrade. I like this guy. I mean, it tracks me around. It follows me perfectly. And it stabilizes. And so, I don't think I need the more expensive one. But I do like this. Anyway, I'm droning on. I'm lonely. I just needed somebody to talk to. Alright, see you guys.